You know, there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Clinton from Another Lost Year, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
All right, everybody, welcome back to BODS Mayhem Hour. As promised, I have Clint on the phone right now. He has an exciting band. You guys don't want to miss out on them. If you get a chance, they're on tour right now. Check them out. So I'm going to bring Clint on the phone right now. Clint, how's it going?
I'm hot and I'm sweating. No, it's going great, man. How are you?
I am in an AC room.
All right, you just rub it in a little bit more. That's fine. You know, I'll sweat out here in the heat.
Hey, if I was close, I'd bring you all beverages. So how about that?
Man, we'd accept it gladly. But what's going on, man?
Wanted to get you guys on here and talk about, you know, your singles and everything, what's going on, and talk about you guys.
Well, we are Another Lost Year from Charlotte, North Carolina. Alternative metal. I don't know really what that genre is. I guess that's what people label us as. Kind of Out of the Way, Chevelle, Breaking Benjamin-esque. Released our single War on the Inside about a month ago. It's doing really well. The music video for it's killing it. And it's off our upcoming album, Better Days, that comes out August 14th. You'll be able to pick that up anywhere, Best Buy, Walmart, FYE. Of course, you can pre-order it off anotherlostyear.com. We're giving away a bunch of free stuff. People do that. So by all means, anywhere you get it from, iTunes, Amazon, just pick it up.
Now, who all is in the band other than yourself, Clint?
David Whitaker. He is from Cherryville, North Carolina. It's pronounced Cherryville to them, though. Adam Hall, he's actually from South Point, Ohio. He claims Huntington, West Virginia for some reason. Lee North, him and I actually went to high school together. He was a freshman when I was a senior. We met him a while back. He was going to do some of our studio drumming and just came on to be our full-time drummer after that. And then Andrew Allender was the latest addition. He took over my position on bass, and he is from Lincolnton, North Carolina as well. We're all based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Lincolnton's about 15 minutes north of Charlotte. With
the digital age, since everything is pretty much digital now, are you guys getting a lot of sales from digital right now with your album coming out?
Well, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people have no clue who we are, and that's fine. You know, that's why we're out here doing this touring. But, you know, they want the hard copy CD. Sales were okay when we released the single. I mean, you know, just our hometown fans that had picked it up and people that had seen us. We had done a big tour from New Jersey to Florida to Texas to Wisconsin, but Tennessee, Illinois, Wisconsin, Mississippi, New Jersey, West Virginia, those have always been hot states for us, and that's where the single sold. We just got picked up on Octane, and actually we saw a lot of sales jump from that until we can get to the people, and hopefully they'll pick it up after that.
Now, I have listened to the CD, and I really like it, and the song that jumps out at me the most that I really dig is War on the Inside. Can you tell us what that song's really about? I mean, was it wrote about and you know, like a inspiration or something personally, or what?
Yeah, my mom had died, and about a year later, she's been dead for about 2.5 years now, and this was last year. I wrote this song, and I was at a really hard time in my life where I needed to decide, you know, to go left or right, so to speak, and it was just about that. You know, everybody goes through their own war, so to speak, and that was just my way of expressing it and helping me kind of go through therapy with it, I guess. Just about a rough time. I mean, the video is about drug rehabilitation, and that was a lot of Nicholas Barton, the director. He, you know, that's what he got from it. And, you know, it doesn't matter the interpretation of the video. It was just, as long as people can understand there's some hope, and we all go through the same thing, because I was going through it. You know, everybody has that inside of them. That's what it's about.
I know that you said you lost your mother. I lost my dad. November will make 14 years, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him. So
yeah, I hear that.
Like you said, everybody deals with it in their own way.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that everything's cool with you now and everything, but hope that everything works out for the band for sure. Because like I said, that song really jumped out at me, and I really like the whole CD itself. Now,
thank you.
Are you writing any more stuff right now as we speak while you're on the road, or you guys just going to take a break?
Yeah, it's writing is never a finished job. But right now I've got about half of the new album is wrote already. We're about, once the Better Days comes out, we're going to start fielding some of the new material while we're touring that album, just to kind of keep it fresh for people.
Now, how did you get started, and how old were you?
Well, I was 6 years old is when I really, started doing music. I had started taking some piano lessons and things like that, and that just really wasn't my thing. When I was in middle school, I needed an elective, and chorus was one of them. And I was like, hey, this seems like an easy gig.
Yeah.
So signed me up for that, and turns out I was, decent at the time, advanced throughout that, and got involved playing music when I was in high school. We were in my church band playing bass, and everything just kind of progressed from that.
Who are some of your influences growing up that really, said, hey, look, this is what I want to do?
Oh, man, if I say that, people will be like, why aren't you in a country band? But, no, a lot of the, Conway Twitty and stuff like that, Lee Greenwood, those were really good song or storytellers. And then as, I grew up listening to 90s alternative when I went from having to listen to what my mom listened to what I could finally listen to on my own. And that's when I found rock. And then, Bush has been a big influence. The Jim Blossoms, Better Than Ezra, all that typical 90s rock. And then most recently, Ben Burnley from Breaking Benjamin and Aaron Lewis has most definitely been a big influence on me musically.
When you say Bush, a lot of people, I've not really heard of anything from them in a long time.
They just released a new album last year that had The Sound of Winter on it, and it was a really, really good album. I went into it kind of hesitant listening to it because I knew some of the original players weren't there, but it actually totally impressed me, and I would recommend that album to anybody.
I used to like Bush when they had, I guess it's 16 Stones, and they come out with Glycerine, of course.
Yep.
And
Glycerine, Everything's In,
yeah,
Little Things.
Yeah. Yep. I think that album really kicked butt, man. I mean, that's what really put them out on the map.
That was actually the third CD I ever owned, so I wore that thing out. And I think that really shows a lot in our writing because, then it was verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and, there's a formula there, and you can see that. I always loved Bush did these really great bridges and then just had a little bit of vocal melody in there to bring it back in, and I guess that rubbed off on me a little bit.
Yeah. Do you guys get a lot of support from your local scene or at all?
Yeah, I kind of have to say yes, but Charlotte is actually a dying scene, and ask anybody in their local scene, they'll say the same thing. But
yeah.
There's not really, in Charlotte, there's not that big of a scene, but we've done really well. We've only been a band for a little over a year, and we went from nobody wanting to play with us to, the premier venues contacting us about headlining there because, we've done so well in the past, but we try not to play our hometown until, about every 4 months is when we'll play it, and the shows just keep getting progressively bigger. We're going to do our CD release there, bring along some good bands, Shallow Side and Super Bob with us. I think 12 Stones might be jumping on there as well.
Oh, nice.
Should be a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you think that the local scenes could change, man? I mean, to come out and do some more, to get these people out to support bands?
I think a lot of it starts with the bands, not oversaturating the market. Obviously you want to play as much as you can, but you don't want to be at the same spot every weekend or every other weekend.
Yeah.
But, outside of that, people have to say, you know what, I'm going to pay the $5 to go into and see some live music. And I think what people fail to realize is that if the music scenes die all around the country, even around the world, people like us can't afford to do this, number one, even when it's good, but we most certainly won't be able to afford to do it when we can't put bodies in the door and things like that. And I think people have to kind of think about that. Imagine going through your workday without any music, because that's ultimately what it could turn into if the local scenes don't say, I've got this $5, instead of going and buying a beer, I'm going to go buy a ticket to go support these local bands.
That's what I kind of based BODS Mayhem Hour off of, because I support locals 110%. I'll play their music on here, and you guys too. I'll play it because I hope I play some small part into helping bands. Get out there at least.
The world definitely needs more guys like you, and I think a lot of other bands will agree. It's just somebody to give us a shot. And I understand the mentality that a lot of people have, because I've been in places where people are like, hey, check out my band, and you check them out, and you're like, oh my God, this is awful. Yeah. But every now and then you get one where you're like, wow, these guys are really good, and you want to spread the word. But you know, Nickelback, Metallica, all these bands that people are paying $50, $60, $150 a ticket to, those bands started at the same level that us, and bands smaller than us and the bands bigger than us. You know, Pop Evil wasn't always, you know, selling out 2,000 cap venues. Waylon wasn't always selling out 2,000 cap venues, and both those bands are from Michigan, and probably most people only know one of them, but, you know, can draw the same amount, and it's because their scene has helped them, and we just need everybody else to follow suit like that.
There's 2 local bands out of New Jersey, actually 3 that I really support a lot, and like I said, I support a lot of everybody, but I think that Vagora, they're from Connecticut, actually, I'm sorry, Connecticut, Vagora, they're really good. Darrow Chemical Company out of New Jersey, they're really, really good. And Deadly Nights, I mean, these guys are kind of like horror/punk, but I mean, they are just one awesome bands. I mean, these guys are awesome. So if you get a chance,
check them out.
Yeah, if you get a chance, check it out.
We've got some friends in Jersey as well. Scarlet Carson, I don't know if you ever heard of those guys, but they've helped us come alive in the northeastern part up there.
You guys are with this new album that you have out, and you said you're always writing. Does everybody contribute, Clint, or is it just you, or how do you guys work?
Oh, my God, if you ask them this question, I'm the primary writer. I do about 97% of the writing. Adam's had a hand in helping write a couple songs, and it's just that's just the way it works for us right now. You know, I'll get the song together, and I'll take it to them, and then they'll start doing it, and I'll say, hey, I think this needs to go here, but they contribute in their own ways, and once the song's done, and helping me finalize it, hit it with a lightning bolt, I guess, like Frankenstein. But you know, they contribute in their own ways. I won't take anything away from them because I can't do this without them. But I'm the primary writer.
Now, what can fans expect at a show from Another Lost Year? What can they expect from you guys?
Anything. You know, we're pretty high energy. Good gosh. David makes me want to throw up some of the stuff he does. But no, we're just wide open. We're going to take you through every emotion that you can go through. I mean, you're going to be angry, you're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, you're going to remember somebody. But you know, we're real life as it comes. We don't force write. I don't force write. Everything's been an experience of mine, and I think it shows in the performance. Just you're going to have a lot of fun, but expect the unexpected. And don't expect anything.
I think that when bands can actually write music and not have the same sound to every song and can change it up, I really think that that's what makes an awesome band, and that's my own opinion. But I've seen some to where it's the same old song every track. But when you can actually change it up and do different styles, I mean, it's perfect. To me, that's awesome.
We worked really hard to do that. I mean, like I said, when this band kind of came to fruition, it was never, we want to sound like this or we want to sound like that. Let's just see what happens. And that's been the approach on everything. On the new album, we've got everything from, you know, really heavy songs to even an all-acoustic song where we've got some violins and cellos and things like that. I mean, I think we've covered the spectrum pretty well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you guys prefer clubs, festivals, or does it matter?
Festivals are really hot, long days. I love it because of the camaraderie. You get to hang out with a lot of bands you don't normally get to hang out with all at one time. Club shows are awesome, really more intimate than a festival. You get to hang out pretty much with everybody. You know, I just love playing. I mean, if it's for 5 people or 500 or 5,000, I love them all. If I could play festivals in the wintertime, they would probably be my favorite. How
does it feel, Clint? And I know this has had to happen, but when you guys are on stage and you hear the fans singing your music, how does it feel, dude?
It's the most unreal feeling in the world. When we went home, you know, we're not saying we expected it, but if we thought if it was going to happen, we figured it would be at home, and it did. Actually, we're on the inside. We had just released the video, and we got to the down chorus, and literally you could hear people singing over it. There's actually video of it. It was an amazing moment, but I think when it really affected us all, we were in Texas with 10 years, and, you know, I asked the question, has anybody ever heard of us? And people had. We got in a war on the inside, and as soon as we got to the down chorus, you could hear people 1,500 miles away from your home singing your song, and my jaw just hit the floor. Yeah. I mean, it was a really defining moment for me. Amazing. That's
awesome, and congratulations on that, because, I mean, you guys, every band works so hard to just for one fan to remember their music, you know?
Right.
Let alone like 10,000 people or 5,000, however many is there at your shows, so...
Yeah, we can get that many. No, I mean, the average attendance, it varies, but it doesn't matter if it's 5 people or 500 or whatever. It's not a feeling that I think will ever get old, and if it does, then I'll stop playing because I have no point in playing then. We're out there for the people.
Clint, how can people get a hold of you just to say hello, we support you, and get your music?
Another Lost Year is on Facebook, Reverb Nation, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram. I personally am on Facebook. You know, if people go to our page and then just go to our info page, you'll find me. They can friend me personally, whatever. The more friends I have, the better. I mean, I put a lot of dumb stuff on Facebook, you know, and Instagram and all the social media I have. But it's funny, man, and I think people connect off of like that. But for sure, we're on every social media network site there is. Another Lost Year is, and like I said, all of us personally in the band are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we actually carry on conversations with people because that's what we do. We love talking to people.
I think I've got you guys on Facebook, but if not, I will definitely add you after this show. That's for sure.
Yes, please.
Would you mind to do me a promo for the show before I let you go?
Absolutely not. I'll do it. This is Clinton from Another Lost Year, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Clint,
Awesome.
I wish you guys the best of luck. Stay true to your music. Don't ever back down and let your voice be heard, guys.
Thanks, man. Hey, if you're available, man, hit us up on Facebook. I know we got a couple shows in Kentucky and Hog Jam this weekend here in Ohio. So if you can make it out, man, you got my number. Give me a call. We'll get you on the list.
Sure. All right. Heck yeah.
All right, man. Thanks.
Thanks, Clint. Right. Thanks for being on the show. And like I said, wish you guys the best of luck and have a good evening, sir.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, goodbye. All right, everybody, that was Clint from Another Lost Year. Like he said, you can go on Facebook and add them. Talk with them. They'll talk back. So I want to thank him for being on the show.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.